Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel once again. I am Robert Storms. As always, if you're finding me for the very first time, please be sure to click that like and subscribe button. That way you guys can stay up to date on all future content here on the channel. It happened, and I told everybody it was going to happen. Suicide Squad came out, and it's a massive failure at the box office. But that's not because the movie isn't good, because the movie's getting great critical reviews. Like, critics love this movie. Fans are loving this movie. So why is this movie a massive flop? Well, HBO Max. HBO and Warner Brothers fucked this movie bad. What you don't understand is once you make a movie R-rated, you automatically cut out a demographic of people that can't see this movie. Whether your theater supports the R rating or not, fact of the matter is that the mass majority of theaters are very strict, and you need to have the ID. Sure, yeah, your parents can come pay your way in, but when you look at something like, Black Widow, which is PG-13, it's much easier for an audience to go see that movie rather than an R-rated film. Plus, a lot of kids who like superhero movies aren't able to go, and a lot of their parents don't want to take them to see an R-rated movie. So once Warner Brothers said, okay, James Gunn, you can make it R-rated, that was already a huge handicap. But what made it worse was HBO Max. HBO Max fucked the shit out of Suicide Squad, because not only is it rated R, but you get to watch it at home. If you are an HBO Max member, you don't have to pay no other premium charge. Unlike Black Widow, where if you wanted to sit home, you had to pay a $30 upcharge. So a lot of people are like, you know what, we'll just go see this thing in theaters. But not with Suicide Squad. Me and a lot of people I know said, you know what? We're just going to sit home and watch this in the comfort of our own home. And Suicide Squad did not do well, because apparently a lot of people thought the same way. That's right, guys. Suicide Squad did come in the #1 spot. However, it only brought in $26.5 million at the box office. $26.5 million at the box office. And just to kind of give you an idea of how bad that is, I'm not comparing these two movies at all, but in terms of superhero films and opening weekend, I'm going to compare this. Because when you pull out Black Widow and you look at it opening at $80.3 million, Suicide Squad didn't even hit half that. Not even half that. Look at that. Not even half that. Not only did the R rating hurt, but HBO Max hurt. At least with Black Widow, you had to pay a premium charge. But with HBO Max, they just fucked themselves. They fucked James Gunn, and they fucked everybody involved with that movie. There's no way that movie is going to make its money back. And I don't care how many numbers you say that HBO Max pulled in. Doesn't matter how much people signed up for the free trial or how many people tuned in to watch on HBO Max. The fact of the matter is this movie cost a couple $100 million to make. At least, when you include marketing and all that, there's no way in hell this movie is going to make its money back. Warner Brothers and HBO Max screwed this movie over. This isn't coming from a guy who didn't like the movie. This isn't coming from a guy who loved the movie. This is coming from strictly numbers and facts here, guys. The fact of the matter is HBO Max screwed this movie. They sabotaged it. If I was James Gunn, I would be extremely pissed. I don't know if I would even work with Warner Brothers anymore, because they just sabotaged all the hard work that he put in, and all those actors and the camera guys, the producers, the water boy, everybody who worked on this movie got screwed over because Warner Brothers decided we're going to release this day and a date on HBO Max. And everybody stayed home. And the people that didn't stay home or went to the theaters wasn't a lot, because it was rated R and it was very restricted on who was able to go see this movie. And then the people who didn't watch on HBO Max or going to theaters just bootlegged it, because as soon as it hit HBO Max, it was already being bootlegged because of it being on a streaming service. This is a huge problem, and HBO Max really messed up on this one. No blame to Suicide Squad. Like I said, doesn't matter if you like it or hate it, but it's a huge mess up when it comes to this because HBO Max really hurt any profit that this movie had a potential to make. And this is the third flop in a row for a DCEU property. I'm talking Birds of Prey, Wonder Woman 84, and now the Suicide Squad. And the sad thing is, the Suicide Squad was a much better movie than the other two. Much, leaps and bounds better than the other two. And is making less than both of them because of HBO Max and what it did. It's a shame. It really is. It's a shame. If I was James Gunn, I would be extremely pissed. But I want to know what you guys think. Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. This is just bad. It's bad. I want to know what you guys think. So be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Until next time. As always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.